this open here. Oh, I already have it open. What's going on, everybody? I'm the one, the only, the WOOKIE. Joined here by my normal compatriots. We got the kid who knows everything, Mr. Cole Robbie.
Yep.
And the kid that strives to know everything, Dexter, with bad takes. Sorry.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Been a couple weeks since we've done an episode. You guys went to PAX. How was PAX?
Yeah, it was fun. Got to demo a whole bunch of Lord of the Rings games.
Lord of the Rings games?
Yep. Just some random tabletop games. Some trick-taking, some dice drafting, some Fellowship of the Ring, which is just basically Pandemic. So, good
they were all
variety of games.
They were all Lord of the Rings games?
Yeah, they were all Lord of the Rings themed, yeah.
Did you also do all Lord of the Rings games, Cole?
No, I was a floor judge for Marvel Champions and Arkham for LCG.
Arkham LCG. I didn't realize that was like a... Isn't that a co-op game?
Yeah. Arkham is only a co-op game, but Marvel with the Civil War expansion technically just barely introduced PvP. I think the way that they did it is actually, it's pretty cool how it fits into the game, but it's much like Altered. It's like a race instead of, actively battling your opponent.
Interesting. But we're going into the episode that what could have been 2 weeks ago before Wookiee derailed it. I'm not sure if anybody liked my derailing or if they all hated it. Either way.
No, that was a really fun episode.
Yeah,
it actually, I think, was one that had the most comments in the last couple months. So had to have been well received.
Not gonna lie to you, I haven't had much time to go look at it. The holidays are here for those. Well, actually, I was gonna say everybody in the States. The holidays are here, but it really doesn't matter because everyone's in the holiday season. Christmas is here, and it's time for Christmas things, right? So, gonna be a busy next few months. But let's go into what we got. We got the big thank you message from the Altered cast. Over there, GameFound did just shy of $900,000 on the people side, on the pledger side, and then 1.4 on the retailer side. So we're just shy. What does that come out to? It's just shy of the 2.5, right? Do we have a total number? I didn't
pretty
add
close.
them together.
It's like 2.3 or 2.4 or something like that.
So just shy of that. Unlocked were the Skybound Odyssey box toppers. What's
Yep. We got
those?
some extra uniques in every box.
Nice.
And there was one other little box topper package. I don't remember what it was, though. I know the uniques were the more important ones to me.
Yep. And then they actually did do digital only unique digital packs for all backers who ordered one or more unique digital packs. Tell me what those are, Mr. Cole. Not that you can go order them right now because you're far too late. But
yeah, I mean, it is an interesting thing to talk about because it's probably the most controversial thing that they did outside of the whole Bloody Monday announcement. Is the chance to buy just straight up uniques. So there were two options. For one option, you could buy a unique pack plus 10 euros of pod credit for 30 euros, and it was just 10 random uniques. And then the other option was for 40 euros, you could pick a specific faction and get 10 uniques from that specific faction, and then the POD credit as well.
Did those
were the two options.
Were those limited? Like you could only order so many?
No, there was no limit. Yep.
Maybe I should have done that.
It's I don't think it's public information necessarily, but I can say for as controversial as it was, and how many people doomed and gloomed over it. It was one of the most selected products of the entire thing. So,
Yeah, I mean it's a good deal. 10 uniques from your whatever faction you want. Seems okay to me. I don't know.
yeah, and it was specifically at random from sets 1 to 4. So some of the complaints were like, one of the main ones was, oh, Equinox said in 2023 that they were never going to do,
They said
digital
this
packs.
one time way back when that they
Mm-hmm.
never do this way back in 2011.
Yeah, so
That
people
they'd
were
never
really
do it.
upset about that, and then they were upset because they thought it might like ruin the uniques for the next set or something. But what these are is
Huh?
whenever they generate uniques, they generate like thousands, and they have a database of them, and they know specifically which ones were never printed. So these are all uniques that were already generated for sets 1 through 4, but just were never printed. So without something like this, they would have never, like, they would just be lost, basically lost media kind of situation. But they're not from the newest set, so it's not like, it's influencing the new packs anyone's opening or anything like that. And then, yeah, so, but those were the reasons people really were vocal about not wanting this to be a thing on the Discord.
And it was because say one more time. Hit me. What
Yeah.
was the line in Deadpool? My Cajun's a little rusty. Hit me again. That's been a long time since I watched Sling Blade. Hit me again.
Yeah, the really the number one thing is they said that they would never sell digital packs. Which
Yeah,
to
whatever.
me,
Like that's neither height nor hair,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
yeah,
people need to understand business plans change, and
Yeah.
as they change, you have to adapt with the market. So yeah, whatever. Get over it.
yeah. And then people were just worried that it would undercut people wanting to buy the new set or wanting to buy stuff in stores and things like that. But I think the way that they did it, and that it's only sets 1 through 4, and they're not creating new uniques out of nowhere. I think it's a really just a no-brainer add-on, really.
Yeah, for sure. Since they've
I'm gonna-
already generated all of those uniques digitally, and they've already, done all of the testing and done the process to make sure that they're all balanced, and they didn't get printed, so might as well use them now.
Yeah.
So
and,
since it's only sets 1 through 4, it makes sense to do that for sure.
Yep. And when I was in the office, I saw a little bit of this process. They had like some printed out that they were like looking over and double checking and making notes on like a big sheet of just tons of uniques. So it's a very, very cool process. Maybe possibly I want to see if we can get Jacques on here, who is the father of the uniques, to talk about it a little more in depth. So if that sounds cool to people, let me know and I'll remember and work harder to make that happen.
I think I'm going to call bullshit on that whole reasoning. The secondhand reasoning. The first one, okay, I get it, whatever, right? Yeah. The second one, I'm going to call a little bit of bullshit on that. And they're like, oh, it's going to taint the unique market.
Yeah, there were very literally people who said they would rather the game die than them do a digital pack of uniques. So I don't know. Maybe if people want to reiterate their stance on that in the comments so we can read it in whole. It has been a couple weeks. That's just what I remember people complaining about.
They would rather have the game die than do a digital pack of uniques. All right.
Indeed.
All right, whatever. People are weird.
Some people are just crazy.
I see, and it's just like, because it's like, oh, it was almost like when you were explaining it to me, it's like, oh, it's almost like they're like, I have the whole what am I looking for? The whole Magic thing. Like, I have super expensive uniques, right? It's like the whole reason why like we keep the reserve list in Magic. But like, I don't think any uniques are really going for that much money, are they?
I don't know if I would have a way to see what has sold recently, and I don't go to the dark place of the community market. But the highest they sell for is 250 euros.
Yeah, on the market.
So that
and I'm
sounds
sure
like
there
to
have been
me, there's a bunch of people who are like, my uniques are going to lose value, and then freaked out.
Yeah,
when they are overvaluing the uniques that they currently have. I'm sure that there's a very small amount of uniques that have sold for like $1,000 on private markets or whatever.
Maybe
but
when the vast majority of uniques
are not worth more than like $20.
So that's just blows
the
my
value
mind.
is not being tanked overall.
Yeah, that blows my mind because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking like, all right, that's like Keyforge decks still going for like $500. I'm like, why are you spending $500 on this game? What could you possibly hope to gain? Right?
Especially with the pricing in Keyforge.
And I'm not saying like don't spend money on I'm not saying don't spend money on the game. But at the same time, like, I would rather open $500 in sealed packs and try my luck than pay $500 for one thing and then, who knows, right?
Yep.
Like, Altered's a little different, right? Because Altered, I guess there's a such thing as a staple, but shoot, metas changes quickly in Altered, so you don't even know that one unique you're buying for that much is going to be worthy of anything in the next set, so.
Yep.
Yeah. I think like a big part of it, other than people who are like really get upset about, they said one thing a year ago and now they're not doing that thing. I think the other side is people get really worried about, local game stores and having to appease the game stores, which I used to be in that same mentality until like this whole thing went down. And now I'm more of the understanding that Altered needs to do what works best for Altered. And if there are certain things that work best for Altered that aren't expressly like to the benefit of game stores, maybe that just has to be done, because if you don't keep the players happy and the company going first, the game stores will just move on anyways and sell other products, which the message being put out was bad enough to turn stores away entirely and cancel pre-orders. So maybe trying way too hard to appease game stores doesn't always work.
It doesn't. I'll tell you that much. There's a fine line you got to walk, right? Because, I mean, even for me, I know I'm a big person to appease the game store, because without the game store, you're not going to survive. But, I mean, even I got to take a look at my ideal of it, because it's 2025, right? This game is top 100 in BGA right now.
Yep.
And it's doing that without the game store. Game stores are fickle, right? And if they ain't making money on it, they're not really doing much with it. And if your name's not like Magic or Pokemon, it's rough out there. I don't even know, like, I mean, one time, at one point in time, it was, what was it? It was, My Hero Academia, and then now that's no more. And right now, is One Piece still like a big thing?
In certain pockets,
that's still big, right? Yeah. So it's like it's all come and go, but unless you're making the game store this mass amount of money, the game store don't really give a shit about you. So it's a little tough sometimes. So
it's definitely a balance, and sometimes tipping it way too far in the favor of game stores does not work out for more niche games.
Yeah, and right now it's still surviving on BGA, so that's good. I mean, still overseas, there's still a huge as far as I understand, a huge calling for it. It may not be the biggest in the States, and that's fine. Us Americans kind of get used to being like the center of attention on everything, but that's not always going to be true, right? Sometimes we gotta realize we're not the center of everything, because I'm assuming a majority of these retailer pledges were not in the U.S.
Yeah, it would be interesting to know what. I mean, there's a couple things that I really want to know that I haven't been able to find an answer yet. Like, I'm interested if Southern Hobby or, Gamers Guild or even Game Nerds ordered anything. Because Southern Hobby is like the other distributor other than Asmodee itself. And maybe they ordered some stuff, which would mean stores could get it from Southern Hobby if they didn't get on the Game Fam themselves. But I think it's definitely a balance. But one of the other things that annoys me is the whole not upsetting game stores and making sure game stores are number one also leads to, they have a policy that is like who can host events for Adventure Pass and things like that. And you have to be a brick and mortar store because they want to encourage going to stores. But it makes it so like I had a thought for a moment, since no stores in Texas except for one ended up actually doing pre-orders. I was like, well, what if I just do pre-orders and just use the website and like get that for whoever wants to order it? But no, can't do that because I don't have a brick and mortar.
Yeah, you need a brick and mortar.
Or if people want to host like a learn to play or a draft or something like that, and they want to organize it and put it together, they technically can't officially do that unless they convince a store to, let them use the store's name and account and location. And some stores will do that, but not a huge selling point for most stores. So I wish that was another area there was a little more flexibility in how things work these days.
Yeah, but they can't give unlimited flexibility, because then anyone can just do whatever they want and then get unlimited Adventure Pass, and people are going to exploit the system. So I understand that they have some constraints in place.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, but at the same time, my point kind of is, if someone abuses the Adventure Pass, what do they get? Oh, they get digital
Some
unlocked
alternate
cards
art and
that end
sure.
up worth like $1 for free.
Yeah.
And we've already seen abuse of it before, and when it's like actually abused, it's very easy to like crack down on it and be like,
see.
yeah, this person is obviously not doing 60 events in 1 week. We should probably ban their account. But yeah, I do wish I could have placed a retailer order and sold it through the website. But
I mean, to be honest with you, we do that with Keyforge now.
Yeah.
The only reason we get to, though, is that Dan is very good friends with a store owner. So he's able to use their store account to basically,
he has access to a store account.
What do you guys want to order?
So
we order what we want, right?
Yeah.
And we kind of go from there. So we kind of have that ability to do that. So it's one of those things where I don't know what to tell you, because like there's no stores in my area. I got no stores really doing anything. So it's, I don't know, one of those weird, strange things of what do you do? Like, even if I wanted to like start something up, how would I go about it? Because I don't have any product. It's hard to get people to
there's no stores even stocking product within like 30 minutes of you?
Oh, no. Not within 30. The closest is an hour away.
Okay.
Down in Sanctum Gaming, down by the border.
This is a good little point, because the episode that I wrote that we were going to do for the last one, but ended up bantering or venting or
riffing,
whatever.
We're gonna call it riffing.
Is about, Altered is saved, now what? And I think last episode we went into a couple of key dates and things like that.
Mhm.
But the other stuff I want to talk about is like, well, this next period is going to be a little interesting. So like, what the hell do we do now?
So we can go through quick on the timeline. I don't know if we did it
Yeah.
last time. Obviously, we're through some of the dates already. The Game Found campaign started on the 28th. The 7th was the Pledge Manager, 7th of November. 14th, it went into manufacturing. They're going to start shipping December. We don't have a date for December, do we?
Yeah,
Just
No, I don't think
December.
so.
Okay. I'm not sure what the difference between
which is
shipping
pretty
and
good
order
that they're already going to
processing.
start shipping it soon.
Yeah, just
I mean, that's faster
this
than
confused me.
Keyforge.
We're
but
shipping and then we're order processing.
yeah,
So you have
that's some
to-
backwards order. I don't know
No,
about
you,
that.
you got to think about how manufacturing and shipping works. Is they're going to start shipping out to the stores most likely, and maybe those certain things have to come over on like a boat or a plane or whatever, and then maybe they'll go to a warehouse, and then they'll get sent off to each store location based on where they are. That's probably the order processing part. Is like,
Okay.
say they have one warehouse in the United States, one in the EU, one in Asia, whatever. All of the shipments go out to those. They process the orders and then they get sent to the stores. This is just an example. I'm not saying that's exactly how they do it, but then it'll go to the stores and then stores will have the launch in February. The important thing for like singular people is you won't get um your actual like game found order until early February.
Yeah.
I think another reason that this timeline is a little more expanded, and I think we did talk about it before, is Chinese New Year,
Yeah, we did
and
talk about this a little
so
bit.
and then just holidays in general. So give it a little extra padding. So that is the like general timeline. I feel like there is a launch date, which I'm going to look for. I thought it was like February 25th or something, but that's when you would
Yeah.
expect like actual pre-release or launch dates at stores if your store ordered. Um, the other important dates outside of like when it is actually available in stores. I wish I wrote that date down because now I don't remember. Oh, I guess it just says sets release in early February 2026. Okay, and then they're gonna release more information in January. Okay, so we don't
It'll
have a
probably be
hard-
late February, but yeah.
So we don't have a hard set date, which means I didn't forget to write it down because it doesn't exist. But
Yep.
the other important dates to individuals are going to be the next 2 weeks, essentially. And that's because, and this is actually a topic that a lot of people had misunderstandings about, is the whole payment processing thing. They basically have 14 days to collect your payment, starting on November 14th. So that basically just ended. And a lot of people were like, I was charged day one. And cool. That means you had enough in your bank account, your card was charged successfully, and you're good to go. But those 14 days are like a buffer. If someone's card declines, they have a chance to, change it, whatever it may be. And then whatever they don't collect after the end of that 14 days is basically a canceled order. Opening the 1st, which is tomorrow, December 1st, for us here, is technically the Pledge Manager, which will allow you to provide your address and any details for shipping and things like that. And then that'll close on December 8th. I think after this is when you would expect those uniques that you ordered. I'm guessing the second week of December. Maybe we'll get lucky and some of them will start coming in, the first week of December, but just based on how the payments are processed, the update to your address and shipping and locking it up, things like that, I would assume the second week of December.
Are they allowing any modifications to order? Any additions to, like, because obviously they had a few things, like any additions to the order or anything like that during that Pledge Manager time?
Nope. So how they did it is to extend the actual length of the game found to incorporate like stretch goals and things like that. Is they basically extended it for the length of what would have been a Pledge Manager. So technically there is no real Pledge Manager. It's just when they open that, you'll be able to provide your shipping. But you won't be able to change your order.
Oh, I was hoping maybe I could add some things, but that's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, Keyforge were allowed to, like, during that Pledge Manager time, like, you're able to, if there are any add-ons that maybe you wanted to add or anything
No,
like that you can do.
That time has already passed. They had that Pledge Manager already, and now it's the Pledge Manager part where it's just pretty much put your address in and pay
Oh, yeah,
it.
Again, during Keyforge Pledge Manager, right? Like, and again, it's just a little different. It's not a big deal. It's just a little different. You're able to, like, I was able to add a couple of items. Now, I didn't order any.
Yeah.
I didn't order any sad dragons, but for the last couple ones, I was able to do a couple of add-ons and do what I wanted. But not a big deal. I'll just.
I think if they've learned anything from this first game found, the next one will be more clear, and the next one will have a Pledge Manager specifically like that, where you are able to do that, but. We'll have to see when that launches.
Well, I was going to say the next one is
March or whatever.
The next one is going to be. Is that going to be like, oh, if we don't hit 2.5, we're just refunding everybody?
I don't know. We'll have to see what they update and what streamlining they made, things like that, and then hopefully they have a realistic goal for what the game found needs to hit, and then have stretch goals included.
Because I think another point, like with where they sit, right, and just where they sit as a company, right, like it might be time to abandon the whole like this is a pre-order and just be like this is the game found. This is what we need to keep this game moving in the correct direction, right? So
yeah. And there was someone in the comments of last episode upset that we didn't say or talk about how it was heavily implied that it was just a pre-order.
Oh no, I did.
Maybe
I didn't. Maybe I didn't beat the horse, but I definitely said something about it because it was. This was originally a
pre-order. And they added in stretch goals.
Hey guys, not a big a deal. It was just a pre-order, and then all of a sudden it's like maybe it is a big deal. I did say something, but maybe I didn't beat that horse enough for them.
Yeah, we did talk about it and the semantics of all of that, and then
maybe pre-order means something different in French.
I think it's the same. Like, to me, it's the same. It doesn't fucking matter. It's the same. Like, it is a pre-order. And if it upsets people that a pre-order shouldn't have a goal, then I guess I understand. I will say we were all blindsided, me included, and we were all upset that they were like, we actually need this amount of money or we're going to close. Like, I did not have any expectation of that. But I think the whole pre-order versus like fundraising, yada yada, it's just words. To me, it's still a pre-order because whatever is ordered is all that's going to be printed. You're just pre-ordering it.
You are killing me. Yeah, they're just
tomato,
words,
tomato.
It's not like these things have any meaning. Like they're just
words are made up.
They're just words. It's like
they're made up.
I mean, and I guess maybe pre-order means something different to you than it does to me. I don't know. I guess these things are all relative, right, in the meaning of things. But like pre-order to me means like, yeah, if we get there, we get there. But really, we want you to go to your local store. But then all of a sudden, being blindsided like that, it was like, but actually, it was like, whoa, wait a minute, I feel bamboozled. But that's I feel like we've beat that horse and we're done with that horse today.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all right, Altered Bigger presence on BGG now. Tell us a little bit about
there was a really big push to start having more altered information on Board Game Geek. People started posting reviews and pictures and different information about the expansions and everything. And I had an account for a long time that I just never used, or maybe I never had an account and I just looked at it but didn't sign in. So I was like, sure, I'll do that. So there's just been kind of a big push by the community to get Altered out there in more places in general. So that was one of the really positive things to see during the campaign.
You know what's weird is this is always a question of how do you get what is a good effective way to get, because this is something we've talked about again in Keyforge for a long. What is a really good effective way to get a game that you are incredibly passionate for into the public space, right? Because it's like everyone's like, just put it out there, and it's like it is not as easy as it sounds, right? Because it's like, well, they need to do, because we've had this discussion so many. Well, they need to do more advertising. Well, where do you advertise in a place that people are going to see it, right? Because you can advertise on Facebook. Because even during the Game Found, we talked about people who are in the space, they don't see it. Okay, well now what? Right? Because if they don't see it, we're in trouble. Where exactly do you advertise that you're able to get a following and get something going? Right? That's such a difficult thing, because it's not like there's, like, back in my day, you guys may or may not remember these, like you had Inquest magazine, you had Scry. You had things that people bought, magazines and whatnot that were a constant thing. Like you bought them every month when they came out, and you were able to put your product in there, and then they had articles, and you would get ranked and all this stuff. And now it's like, where do you put the internet is such a vast place that you kind of have to just, like, and I guess a lot of people, especially myself, look to like a Flesh and Blood. Like, what made Flesh and Blood pop so big with people? Was it just right place, right time? Right? Like, what did they do that everyone else isn't doing to make their game popular and the ability to kind of explode in the way it did?
Yeah. Flesh and Blood is interesting, and Flesh and Blood does not even have any organized play anywhere near me. Like, I could technically go to Altered organized play easier than Flesh and Blood. So, like,
which is so it's so bizarre, isn't it? Because again, same thing. Like, I played Flesh and Blood for a little bit. There are no Flesh and Blood locals to me, but yet this game is pulling thousands of people to these events. It's just like, well, where are these people coming from? Is it small pockets? How are you even getting out and going out and being able to play in a local? Like, I don't even have a local near me. How are you doing it? Right? It's just, to me, it's right now how a game lives and breathes is kind of fascinating, because it's like, it seems so random.
Yeah, I think to me, the thing that always remains true, and it's hard because it's not really something companies can do, but it really, like, is in the hands of the community. And there are a lot of people that are like, oh, I want to do this, I want to support it, I want to, make sure this lives and grows, what can I do? And you tell them, like, oh, engage with it, like, share it with your friends, and maybe, for a day or two, they'll do that, comment on, YouTube videos, share this podcast, whatever. But then, it's the age of choice, and 2 days later they're like, oh, new shiny thing, and
Ooh,
it
piece of
just
candy.
it goes to the side. Yeah. Other than that, I think one thing that I've noticed that actually does bring in a lot of new faces and new players is conventions and presence at conventions. Which is hard because it's one of the most
I was
expensive.
gonna say, see, and I don't know if that's necessarily like 100% true either, it's like you just said it, because I was gonna say it is the most expensive way to do things as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it is the best way in a term of
I
like
think
cost
it's like
per acquisition, but
I don't know if you necessarily at conventions necessarily acquire that person forever. I don't know if that person then goes home and is like, hey, check out this new cool thing. Let's grab a bunch of it and start playing, and then gets like really into it, because it's almost like I remember, and I'm just going to go way back in the day at Gen Con, there was a game called Seventh Seas, or Seven Seas, Seventh Sea. One of the two, and man, they were handing out, like, if you did a demo, they gave you a starter deck, and man, you could just do demo after demo after demo after demo and just get a bunch of starter decks. And even free product wasn't bringing people into the game, right? Even just giving away starter decks and giving people the ability to play, just like it never took off. It was a good game, just it never grew the legs to take off. So what do you do? Free product doesn't work. Like even like going to the convention, because like you get hyped for those 4 days and you get really into it, but then like when you go home, does it just end up in the pile, right? The pile of stuff that you never look at again? Like how do you grab people nowadays, especially today? 2025 is so difficult to grab and hold people's attention. Because like as soon as you like come out with something new, Magic's like, hey, check it out. We're doing something weird with our product again. And then you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's exactly like you said, it's piece of candy, right? And like now your tension's drawn away again.
yeah, I think really the reason I say conventions is because I pay way too much attention to like the Discord, and sometimes I'll go on the Reddit. That after a convention is the most I've ever seen like new people coming in and saying like, oh hey, I'm a new player. Like, new player here, blah, blah, blah. I saw the game at Gen Con or whatever. But outside of that, I think it's really just community and how many people are in a community is what keeps it alive. Because shout out to, like, A Guy Trying and their group. They've, been really consistent, and their play group is going really well. They're, like, 2v2 pros. And every time I hear about that location, they're always, ordering a bunch. So I don't know. It's if you want the game to grow and to live longer, you gotta just share your love for it. Is really the only thing we can do. The rest is up to the company and whatever they do.
It's not the answer I wanted, Cole. I was hoping you'd have some sort
You wanted a concrete.
I wanted a concrete.
Answer?
Here is a 7-step plan to make. And it's one of these things I've been looking for years upon years upon years upon years, right? And it's just like there is no concrete plan. Like even games back, like you could have a good IP. Like look at like Dragon Ball. Is it Dragon Ball Super now? Like even that game's like pretty popular still. I've never seen it played in any of my locals, right? And if I wanted to get that going, I would never. Like it's just, I don't know. It's a fascinating time to be involved in CCGs. We're having another big boom. If you guys remember back in like 2005, you had big CCG booms, and then it kind of all contracted again, and now it's that cyclical time where everything is getting a CCG again. Kind of happens like every 5 years. It's like you have this big boom, and if you can survive the contraction, you're in good shape.
Yeah. I saw a video come across my YouTube feed, and I don't remember who it's from, but it was basically like the TCG industry is in like a huge bubble right now. And I do not envy anyone who is creating a new TCG with a new IP any month forward from here. until it's no longer a bubble.
Because it feels, well, number one, the bubble's got to burst somewhere. That's number one. And then number two, like, if you don't have, like, a strong IP behind it, like, I fully believe, what is it, Riftbound, right, is the new hotness?
Riftbound.
If that did not have a League of Legends, and I'm gonna hot take from Wookiee, it might be a bad take, that game will not survive. And I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah, if it did not have the League of Legends IP, it would not survive. If it didn't
have the League of Legends IP, it would not survive. And I don't think it's going to survive just because it has the League of Legends IP. I think it will. A lot of video games don't translate well into card games, right? That's my first point. And then the second point is normally people just go back to the video game over time. Because of just, I mean, how much does it cost you to play League of Legends?
0.
And how much does
Well, actually, your mental health.
Well, whatever. It still costs $0 technically.
Yeah. It also technically costs $0 to play Riftbound because you can't get any product.
Well, that's also true. Right, and that's a big killer of games sometimes too. Is people get crazy, and usually what happens is it's the whales out there who are like, I'm going to buy it all. And then it kind of kills the game because nobody can get anything. It's like, well, if I can't get anything, I can't play it. So whatever, don't care. And then again, the ADD of 2025, we kind of all just move on. So,
yeah. You're a big Star Wars fan, right, Wookiee?
Huge.
Yeah. Why don't
My name is the Wookiee.
Why don't you play Star Wars Unlimited?
Mainly it was because I couldn't get product way back when. And that's not just a bit for the joke. Back in the day when I started, I was able to get one booster box, and I bought one booster box, and then I went to go buy another one, and you were not able to get set one anymore.
Didn't exist.
Right, you were not able to get set one anymore. So I went onto the secondary market. I bought a whole bunch of stuff to build the deck I wanted to build, and then I couldn't find local organized play. So I was like, so I spent all this money to go build a deck, and now I can't find anywhere to play it. So eventually I just sold what I had and gave up because I was like, I can't get product. I can't go play. What am I doing?
Yeah. Do you think it's a better game than Keyforge mechanically?
No.
It's about on par.
On par.
That's about on par with Keyforge. I wouldn't say Keyforge is any better or worse. Like, Keyforge is just different because of the fact you can't change the deck. Right? So it's just, it's about on par. I mean, they're different. They're hard to judge each other. Right? I'm still stuck in the old days of like, oh, you just buy a deck and it's all about player skill. Even though I know I'm lying to myself because it's like, it has nothing to do with player skill. You get a bad deck, you might as well just throw that thing away and forget your days, forget about your day.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you and I are similar in like IP does not rule everything. Like, I love Star Wars. My room is full of all sorts of collectibles, but I'm not, like, IP blind. Unfortunately, a lot of people very much are, because I have never heard a single person say, Lorcana is actually a really well-made game. It's usually, Lorcana sucks, but it's Disney, and, so-and-so, or I love Disney, or I love this, so I play it. So
yeah, Lorcana is just magic backwards. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that. It's literally just magic backwards.
I have not touched it, so I cannot comment.
Yeah, so Lorcana is literally just magic backwards, right? Instead of starting at 20 life, you basically are quote unquote.
Yeah, I see your point.
Reaping, or I forget inking, or something like that. Questing. Thank you, to get to 20 lore. So you're literally just going backwards. There's a few nuances of it, right? And there's a few reasons like why cards are good and so on and so forth. But overall, like, this is just magic backwards.
Yeah.
That's really what Lorcana is. Like, there's, again, a few nuances in there that make it different, but other than that, it is
pretty
Magic
much
the Gathering. But because, like, if you were to just have its own IP behind it, like the Lorcana IP of whatever it is, that game would have failed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and yeah, I think that's my point. Is you and I may not be IP blind, but so many people are that it may just last many years to come, especially with Riot
Right.
money and
Oh, yeah.
development. But
No,
we'll
it's
see.
gonna last. It's just not gonna last. It's not gonna be it's not gonna be your next Pokemon. It's not the magic killer that people are out there kind of saying it's going to be, because you're never gonna, just get those through your head, people. You're never gonna kill Magic. It is a juggernaut. The only thing that's gonna kill Magic, legitimately, is Hasbro. Hasbro will kill Magic long before Magic kills itself.
Yeah,
Yep.
Magic can't die because it's basically the Dole Fruit Company. They'll just rebrand or something.
I don't know if you could rebrand it, but because now it's like it's been around for so long. But like, just what's going to kill Magic is going to be Hasbro. Hasbro will eventually kill Magic. Eventually.
Yeah, but I mean,
They're going to do something
if a
stupid.
company, yeah, if a company gets so massive, they won't really just die. They'll just, change their name or, spin off or something. Because much like United Fruit did Genocide, they still sell bananas today. So just under a different name.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I can't disagree with you. I don't know. Only time will tell. Like I said, I don't think every 2 seconds I hear Magic player going, "This game's dead," and it's like, and you look
Yeah.
at their quarterly thing, and you're like, they have, just remember last year they fired like 35% of their workforce, literally 2 weeks before Christmas, and still and we just
Wow.
don't even blink an eye, right? Like everyone nobody even blinks an eye. You fired a third of your workforce 2 weeks before Christmas, and everyone's like, "Yeah, but Magic, like, get out of here."
Yeah, all of that to say, speaking of ways to grow a game, they expanded the Hive to everyone, and if you want the game to continue and you want to share your love of it and you want to get a little kickback, little reward direct from Equinox, you can look up. As of now, it is the most recent article.
Can you explain the Hive to me? I was reading this article the other day, and I am utterly confused.
Yeah, so basically, a while back, we started it as a little bit of a beta where basically, if you go to a store and you run a learn to play, we were tracking, certain stores, certain areas, like Dallas was a focus area. But now it's open to everyone, and it's a lot of information to just go over on the cast. But if you look up the article, if you're interested, it'll have all the details. But too long, didn't read, is if you go do one of those learn to plays at your local store and you submit a report on it, you will get a reward. So for each validated mission, you'll get one full faction adventure pass credited at the end of the season. So if you pick like Muna, you'll get all of the Muna adventure
Who
pass
picks
unlocked.
Mona? Oh, sorry.
Me,
I
on
unmuted it.
accident.
I unmuted at the wrong time. My bad.
For every 3 validated missions, which is repeatable, you'll get 50 euros in POD credit. And there is actually a funny story because I did a couple of these last season, and Intox, who you will talk to about these missions, sent me a message and was like, "What faction do you want?" And I just didn't even think, and I said Muna. I had already earned all of Muna myself. I was like, "Damn it! I should have said something else."
Did you get twice the rewards for Muna?
Yep.
Nice.
Why is that nice? What is he gonna do with those?
Now you have double the amount of Muna
No.
alternate art cards that you can
yeah, I
sell
just-
for like $1 a piece.
Yeah.
I just sold them. So, yeah, if you want to teach people the game, you want a store to, think about having organized play, there's a little way to do it and get a reward for yourself as well.
Yep.
All right. What else do we got on the list?
I think we covered a lot of what's on here. One of the notes that's changed since since I wrote this episode is we were going to talk a little bit about how AWOL is no longer happening. I think enough people have talked about it and mentioned it and gone through the reasonings and whatnot. If you, for some reason, like AWOL and didn't hear about it, you can see Simon's message still on the AWOL Discord. But the good news is the Altered Aces team have started up a replacement tournament for Mondays. I think it's almost the exact same time as AWOL, just 30 minutes later. So for me, it's 12:30 p.m. CST. And the AWOL casting team will continue casting that, and it'll be on the AWOL YouTube as usual. So you can still get your Monday tournament goodness. I'm like the Scrooge of everyone and saying there's no reason to try really hard to make a Wednesday replacement. The US time zones are just not super populated, and if you really want to play in US time, there are already other tournaments like Ace on Tuesdays. So if that gets up to 64 players, then maybe we need to find another US-based, weeknight tournament, but there are tons of options now. So Mondays were the most popular, and there will be a alternative so you can still have your fun. And they've started putting together a lot of really cool prizes and rewards in conjunction with some French stores and companies out there. So look it up. It'll be cool.
Alrighty.
And then the last thing I had written is just a stupid little thing because people kept talking about, where's altered content? Where's this? Where's that? Well, it's out there if you look for it. But I will
right
be
here,
streaming...
fuckers. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I will be streaming a couple times a week on Twitch. I usually stream Tuesday afternoon, starting at noon, and then at night for Ace, and then maybe one other day in there. If you hear this message and you come into the chat and say that you heard this while I'm playing Altered, I will give you an OP pack or booster pack of some sort. So we'll see how that experiment works. And
We
then
shall
the
see.
last thing is we do have a question. Whoever wants to read the question.
Oh boy, we have a question this week. Where's the question? Oh, here you go. All right. Since you guys have run out of questions, what do you think is the best set so far, given the 4 sets we have had to date? From Gav Kenny?
Yep. So, in what way? So the first set is definitely the best for uniques, undoubtedly, and also the best for... I mean, it has the largest card pool.
What's the GOAT?
The first set had the most cards, and the most cards that are still being used in most decks now that are staples. So I would say Beyond the Gates is the strongest set. There's other sets that have introduced more cards that increased each hero, but just since Beyond the Gates card pool was so large, that's still what most decks are being built out of.
All right, so take Beyond the Gates out of it, because that was a base set, right? That was an introductory set. I'm taking that away.
The best set that's not Beyond the Gates?
Yes, you cannot use Beyond the Gates because
I'm gonna say
it was a
Skybound
base set.
too,
That was
yeah.
that's like saying Alpha was the best set ever because it started Magic. No duh, right? Like, you can't use Beyond the Gates. What's the next best set?
I would say Skybound Odyssey.
Yeah, I think if you're
I really like
wanting-
the Ascension mechanic and the getting to play another card, rushing.
Yeah, Rush. Yeah. I think if you want to be technical, it is Skybound without question. And the reasons Dexter said are some, but also they have been working on the unique algorithm and they've
Mm-hmm.
added some like parameters into the generation that are doing a lot better now. And there's some signs of that in Skybound Odyssey that work really well. I honestly love every set for what it is. I think I have to agree with people that Trial by Frost is the weakest set, like
Yep.
competitive wise. But I also think it's one of the coolest and most like thematic sets. And I've probably said
I
it.
loved Expedition Gears.
Yeah, I probably said it a million times, but I don't think there's a card that better represents like what it is than Snowball Commando. Like Snowball Commando is literally you're getting in a snowball fight and you throw a snowball at someone, but they have a chance to throw a snowball back. And I just think the theme in Trial by Frost is very cool and very spot on. But if you go off of what card still has the most sought after, or what set still has the most sought after, most expensive card, it's Whispers from the Maze with the Hunger.
Yep, the Hunger is a very strong card.
Yep. If you pull a Hunger
It's
today,
great in
you can
all
still
Bravo
sell
specs.
it for $8.
Or $10? $8?
Woo!
Yep.
$8. I feel like I feel
$8
like a
make you
dummy.
holla.
I think I spent $25 on a Magpen hoarder one time.
Well, that's a unique. That's different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's
uniques
still,
are different than rares.
It's still a Magpen hoarder. I don't even know if
people
it was
that are-
good.
So would you say that the set that Magpin Hoarder is in is the best set? Is that Trial by Frost?
Yeah, it is Trial by
Yeah, that's
Frost,
Trial by Frost.
and I would not say that. No, I agree with you. I remember you saying that whatchamacallit, the Rush was not going to be a very good mechanic.
He
Am I
did
dumb?
say
No,
that.
all of us here said that Rush was good, but we said that everyone else said that Rush wasn't.
Am I
Okay,
crazy
that's
on that?
fair.
Did he not say Rush was not going to be a good mechanic? I could have swore he said that.
I do remember more so that a lot of people were telling me that Rush was bad in the
Yes.
Discord. So I remember that more than Dexter saying anything. What I remember about Dexter is him saying that Skybound Odyssey was not cracked, and it is cracked.
Oh, because I specifically remember doing an episode where we were talking about the cards and him being like, Rush ain't that good.
Like,
I guess,
it's a solid mechanic. There are no cards that have been printed with the Rush mechanic that are absolutely busted.
If I find time in my week, I'm gonna go find that clip where you're like, ain't that good.
You gotta put it on the listeners to go back and find it.
Yeah,
so
go
that,
back and find it, listeners. I think it was like 4 episodes. Well, I don't know. It's probably longer than that ago.
It was a
I don't
while
remember.
ago.
It was a while ago.
I mean,
but-
it's probably just our Skybound review or one before it. Definitely
it
not.
was the one
telling
we
you
were
to
doing
do
the
this,
top 5
so-
cards from Skybound Odyssey, and I could have swore he
Yeah.
was like, it's not good. And we're like, Dexter, are you crazy? But
We're
maybe
definitely not telling you to go look so that we get more views on the past episodes.
not. I am.
Absolutely not. We would
I
never do
100%
such a
am.
thing.
I am not afraid to say it. Go listen to one of our other episodes. But
Yeah.
I mean, thematically,
Leave
I
some
will
comments.
agree. Thematically, Magpen Hoarder is the greatest card
Yep,
of all
yeah.
time. But no, I would agree that Skybound Odyssey.
So far, thematically, I have liked Trial by Frost more than any of the other sets.
It made an
But
interesting limited
it
experience.
just didn't deliver card-wise. Oh yeah, I loved Limited with Trial by Frost too.
You know, it was very good limited wise. It just not some of the cards just weren't strong enough to take over their already there counterparts. So,
I mean, Trace loves frozen delivery.
Yeah.
True.
Not much else.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. I'll just sit over here and cry in silence. Don't mind me. But it's good to be back.
With all your stack of mag pen hoarders over there.
Don't talk about my mag pen hoarders. They're very self-conscious.
They're sensitive?
They're sensitive mag pen hoarders. So now, okay, so I didn't tell anybody this. I'll tell you guys now since Felix isn't here. So every time Felix is like, yeah, I got 15 Garrix, I feel the need to go buy more mag pen hoarders.
You gotta beat him.
Right? Because I feel like I gotta win, right? So I don't know what he's up to. I'm not gonna tell. I'm not gonna say. But
what is my Eros count up to? Let's take a look. I got some new Eros.
I bought a whole bunch of unique Ozmas when I was trying to make a good Sigismar, but I think I only got like 5 or 6 of them.
Okay, I still only have 8 Eros
Sucker.
uniques, so not too many.
Thank God I don't gotta buy any more mag pen hoarders. I do love him. I'm a big fan, but it is good to be back after Thanksgiving. I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving, good Black Friday. It is nice to be back because I didn't even do an AC episode this week or last week because my ACL is fucked. One day it'll be better. It's not today.
Stop partying so hard.
I know. I wasn't even at the party.
Is that from falling in the hole?
Yeah, I tore it. I did it good. I didn't screw around.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah. So, but with that being said, it's been a great time. Go put your more questions over on the Patreon. Leave a comment. What is it? Comment, subscribe, yada yada.
Like, comment,
Do all the
subscribe,
things.
Comment,
send me your bank
comment,
account
subscribe.
information.
Don't send Cole Robbie your bank account information. That's a bad idea. But with that being
I'll be
said,
responsible.
he won't be. We'll see you all. You'll just have a package at your door that's more altered product. You're like, this is what I did with your money. Like the cat who brings you mice and birds. But with that being said, we will see you all next week.